Oh, don't you love coffee? Hi, I'm Les McDonald, and I'm here to tell you how I built my own mini sound recording booth for only $23. Now, I'm an independent producer and I work from home, and I was not very happy with my home sound recordings or the time and expense that it took to go out and rent the studio. So I did a little homework and I found the Blue Yeti USB microphone. Right out of the box, I was extremely happy with the results. But as you can see, my office is small, has a lot of walls, and it echoes, and I wanted to improve the results without breaking the bank. Here's my short tutorial on how to build your very own $23 mini sound recording booth. One thing to keep in mind is that all of the voice recording that you're going to hear throughout this tutorial was recorded in this little mini booth on my Blue Yeti USB microphone. You be the judge.
I purchased all of the supplies I needed for this project at just two big box stores, Walmart and good old Canadian Tire. For this project, you'll need just three things: bedding foam, a rectangular plastic storage container with or without lid, and a spray adhesive that is safe to use on foam. From Walmart, I purchased a foam mattress topper used for bedding. You don't need a lot and you don't need to go high end. I bought the cheapest I could find in a double bed size for just $9.99. Sweet! At Canadian Tire, I purchased the spray adhesive and the plastic storage container. I'm not sure what size is best, but I found this black 21-gallon, or if you're Canadian like me, 80-liter storage container for $5.99. Sweet! It was on sale, so expect to pay as much as $15. I found the shape of this to be conducive to what I was looking for sound reflection-wise. Wider at the front and narrower at the back. Next, I found the Elmer spray adhesive in the tape and sticky stuff section for only $6.99. Kinda sweet. Assembly was really easy. The only tools I needed were a pair of scissors and a pen. Take your foam out of the bag and size it up. I just held it up to my container and eyeballed how the largest piece would fit in. I used a pen to mark the height on the foam and cut it. I wanted my main central foam to curve at the back, so I placed it inside with a curve and marked it for trimming. I ended up trimming it further since the top and bottom foam pieces add to the depth, but those trimmings came in handy later. Keep them. I then placed the storage container on the top of the leftover foam and traced the top and bottoms from the outline of the container sitting on it. I cut these out and they were pretty close. A little trimming and they fit perfectly. I then put all the foam in the container for test fitting without using adhesive. I actually had to do a little more trimming to make things perfect, so this is an important step. With the foam in place, I put my Yeti mic base into the container where I thought it would best fit for doing voiceover. I was really trying to be mindful of where the sound could bounce in from the outside, while also being mindful of having it sit in an easy-to-use spot for the best voice quality. I then simply took my handy pen, traced around the foam for cutting later. You could leave the bottom without foam for more flexibility, but I like the idea of having the sound insulation top to bottom, side to side. I took my container and foam downstairs to my garage because the spray adhesive can be messy and the fumes are not good for your health. I grabbed a large piece of cardboard to catch any overspray. I then sprayed adhesive all over the inside of the container, being careful to avoid the round cutout area where my Yeti would rest. If you give it enough time to dry, it probably doesn't matter. Next, I put in the top and bottom foam pieces after spraying them with adhesive on the smooth backsides. I popped this in and pressed firmly all over to make them stick. Lastly, I repeated that step with the large central foam and pressed it in, keeping all of my edges nice and straight. I wanted my foam to have a curve, so I only pressed the sides and the very back of the container to create the concave shape I was looking for. All of the foam is in and sticking nicely, but I had some small cracks on the top and bottom where I could see gaps. This is where your foam trimmings come in handy. I took those trimmings and tucked them into my gaps. I had just enough, and my mini sound booth was complete. Here's a good view of the sound booth on my desk. I really like the design of this, as you can simply take it off the desk and put the lid on it later when it's not in use. It also makes it handy for transporting for mobile recording. You can use your iPad or iPhone with the Blue Yeti for mobile professional recording, and it all fits into this container perfectly. But that, my friends, is another video.
Still loving on that coffee. I'm Les McDonald, and I want to thank you for watching my video tutorial on how to build your own mini sound booth for only $23. I hope you found it informative. Please feel free to leave comments, leave positive feedback. I care about your feedback, blah, blah, blah. Hey, if you happen to be a producer and you're looking for a host for a technology or automobile related show, I'm your guy. If you want to talk to me, your people can talk to my people, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyways, I'm Les McDonald. Thanks for tuning in, and don't grow up too much.